Good morning and welcome to the Daily Weather Operations Brief. Happy Friday, everyone. This morning on base, we are once again seeing partly to mostly cloudy skies, mostly in the form of some upper level coverage, similar to what we saw yesterday morning. Our temperatures are currently sitting in the mid to upper 20s and are expected to climb into the mid to upper 40s come this afternoon, along with some light and variable winds, which we are currently seeing, and those will likely persist throughout much of the working day before we see a pretty noticeable uptick in those overall wind speeds and gusts as we move into the overnight hours and into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Now, taking a look at this morning surface analysis chart, just for a quick overview of the day, we can see that a strong cold front off to the west is pushing eastwards, and that is expected to cross through the local area here this afternoon. That cold front will be bringing in an Arctic air mass throughout pretty much the whole region and bringing breezy northerly winds along with gusts up to 30 miles per hour looking possible, and those winds are also going to combine with those cold temperatures and create very low wind chills dropping into the negatives at times overnight this evening. And other than that, we will be sitting under a reasonably strong region of high pressure, so we can anticipate dry conditions moving through the day today and into Saturday until we see that initial surge of moisture from the south work into the area, and that will begin to kick off our winter storm come Saturday night and Sunday morning. Now, looking at our current weather observations here on base, we are seeing a broken layer of clouds at 20,000 feet, with unrestricted visibility. Winds are light and variable, and our temperature currently sits at 28 degrees with a relative humidity around 90%. And if we look at our most recent satellite imagery, we can see those upper level clouds streaming ahead across much of the mid-Atlantic, and that is going to continue throughout much of the day today. We might see slight reductions in overall coverage, but generally that upper level cloud cover is anticipated to linger for the day and into the early hours of tomorrow. Looking at a high-resolution model run for today, just to go along with what was mentioned earlier, we can see that we remain dry throughout much of the day. However, I extended the loop time here so we can see generalized timing of when that winter precip does start working its way into the region. As it works in right now, that is around midnight. We'll start to see the chances of snow increase, and then that will persist for the following hours into the early hours of Sunday, and then eventually we will see a transition period in which we will work to a primarily rain event on the backside. For the 24-hour forecast ahead, we are seeing broken clouds out there currently, and that cloud cover is anticipated to see a slight reduction overall. We'll continue with that trend throughout the day, and in the early hours of tomorrow, we'll see more clearing than what we will visualize throughout the day today. As for our temperatures, climbing into the mid to upper 40s and dropping down into the teens come this evening, along with those gusty winds that will bring in some low wind chills below 10. So that is going to generate the color on the board that we see here today. Additionally, we'll also likely see a wind advisory in conjunction with those lowered wind chills. And for the short-term risk chart here on Saturday, we do have greens across the board, just seeing a cloudy day and a cool day at that with a high of 25. Saturday night, we'll see slightly breezy conditions and that accumulating snow starting around midnight, maybe a little earlier, ever so slightly later, and a low of 20, and then Sunday we'll see breezy conditions with snow that will eventually transition to rain around midday, and we can anticipate those accumulations to sit around 3 to 6 inches before that transition occurs, and for Sunday we'll also see a high of 42. As for color on the board on Sunday, precip is very likely, winds will be elevated, and there is a good chance that our ceilings are below 500 feet, and or we'll see visibilities drop below 1 statute mile. That is going to conclude the daily weather operations brief. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook. Hope everyone has a great day.